Hey guys, this time I got a little code review about Cloud Functions, but first we're going to start installing, or at least showing you how to install the information, or the tools you need. So let's start with that. Okay, so first of all you will need to install using npm the Firebase tools to be able to use Firebase commands in the console. So I already I'm using Firebase login. Okay, let's say yes to this. Okay, it shows me a little okay. I need to type my. So let me show you. I think I show you. It opened on Edge. Okay, because as now is my default browser, I haven't changed it. So let me add my credentials. This one is and is that okay? It will show you a prompt, okay, about which account you want to use. Okay, so I'm login with this account. Okay, I'm using this one for tests and for things. So sure, let's create a little. Okay, I already have a. Let me close this. So after you log in, it just says Firebase CLI login successful. Let's close that. Okay, and let's close this one. Okay, I open that. Let me close this. So let's say git bash here, and what else we have to do? I already have the Firebase tools. That's why I was able to log in. Okay, and let me see. Okay, these are the steps. Initialize the SDK or init the SDK and use Firebase login to access through the browser, so you can authenticate using Firebase. Okay, go to the Firebase project directory, and we need to run Firebase init functions. So let's run that. I'm on Cloud Function. That is, I think I can do that. Okay, that is this one. So let's say what was it? Firebase init. Okay, let me move that to my other. Okay, and okay, Firebase init functions. Let's click enter. So let's see what happens. Are you ready to proceed? Yes. Oh, I think I cannot. Okay, so I cannot do this with git bash. So let me say cmd. Okay, let me find my directory, which was cd desktop and cd cloud function directory. Let's clear this. Okay, I'm here on cloud function, so it's going to nope. Why? Okay, okay. So let's say Firebase init functions, and the login. If you try to log in with, are you ready to proceed? Okay. Okay, these are my projects, so you can see. I already show you Fire Storage, I think. Let me move my mic. So this is the one I'm going to show you, Cloud CRUD. Okay, so let's say that. We can use JavaScript or TypeScript. I will show you JavaScript first, and on another example that I'm going to make, I'm going to build, of course, I will show you TypeScript. So let's say JavaScript. Do you want to use the string? Well, yes, let's say yes. Although it's a pain, but do you want to start dependencies right now with npm? Sure. And let's wait for that. I don't know how long it's going to take, but let's wait for that. And so let me move this back. This is my function, the one I have deployed. Okay, let's see the state. And well, no, see logs, I mean, let's wait a little bit. It's going to take a little bit, so should have logs. Okay, Firebase. Okay, that's my other project. Okay. Well, I think it's this one, right? So let me show you this one is Cloud Function. Why I have this thing? Oh, okay. I was checking the. So let me open this with code. While this thing is running, let's see. Let's wait a little bit. I don't like to do this because, well, I don't edit my videos. I know a little bit about video editing, but well, maybe one day I will edit my videos and cut all this, but until then, so why is not opening? Okay, finally. It shouldn't take that long. Oh no, I haven't used Windows 10 in a long while. Again, what the hell is this? Oh, got my freaking cell phone. It shouldn't take this long. What the hell is going on? Okay, you can just skip that to the in the video. So I'm not that concerned about this. Okay, let's wait a little bit and this request. Okay, so this one is done. Okay, I think it was waiting for this to finish. So this one is done. So yeah, this is the phrase. Yes. Let me close this. Close this. And I'm not going to push anything right now. So let's take a look at Cloud Function and this one. Let me close even this instance. Let me open this one with code. So you will see you have this index, okay, with the functions. I mean, with the things you need. So you can create. Okay, I will show you on my other demo. But this is what you get once you first install. When you first install, sorry, the Cloud Functions. Okay. So if you're using Windows, as I am using, okay, I need to let me index. Let me take this. So this is on request. But it's not saying what. Okay, so let me open the other repo, the other code. Let me, okay. Let's actually start with this right now. Because if you're using Windows, let's go to Firebase.json, you will get an error if you try to push or to push the changes to the hosting, okay, to Firebase hosting. So if you try to run, let me come back here. That is, if you try to run Firebase deploy only functions once you have all your functions created, okay, then it will tell you that it cannot find a folder. So you will need to change, in case you're using Windows, you will need to change, because it's looking for this percentage resource underscore dir percentage. It's looking for this one, and it will generate, this is my other repo, okay, the one I have deployed. So once let me come back. Okay, you can see the difference, that is has this dollar sign and resource dir. So it's going to look for, it's going to create a folder. Okay, let me actually, I think I have it here, no? So this is Cloud Functions. Okay, so this is on my other screen. Let me see. Wait a second. So let me actually do this. This one is the one I have, and let's close the other one. Don't save. So let me actually try. Let me see if everything is okay. So let me actually try here. This one is Cloud Functions CRUD. So this should deploy what I, no, it's on functions. Okay, I should deploy this one here inside functions. So let's say, oh, this is a little weird, but let's copy this and let's paste it. Firebase deploy only functions, and let's see what we get. So let's go back to the folder that is nope, Cloud function. Okay, it's uploading my function. It seems everything is going to be okay. So let me move this one here. So you will see on Windows it's going to look for this resource dir. Okay, but I already closed that. Fuck. But inside here, on the project we just created, we have this resource dir. So we'll only need to change this to match this one. Okay, so it's updating, and we can close this one. We can even, well, let's keep it there. I'm going to just move it. So it pushed, and let me go to Cloud CRUD. Let's go to functions. You will need to come here in functions, and you will see your function. Okay, this one is FireCRUD, but you will see where it's getting the name. And let's check the logs. Has anything? Okay. I don't know why, but okay. So let me close this. And okay. So that's it. That's how to deploy, and that's how to install. So let's actually let me move this. Let me right now close this one. So we are going to take a look at the code. This is Cloud CRUD. No, this is Cloud Function. Okay. So let me go to index. This is the file you need to change. Okay. Yeah, it's not that bad. Okay. So as you can see, every file or every Cloud Function will start with this required Firebase functions. I can delete this because this one is for storage. Okay, we are not going to use storage here, but we're going to use it later. It seems that I'm not using OS, so nothing breaks. Yeah, because I'm not using it. Okay, okay. Let me close this one. So this is a little crude, and let me take a look at this. Okay, so this is an express, a not express function. Every Firebase Cloud Function is just an express application. Okay, so let me take a look at this. We have express, we have boost boy because we need to manage form data. We need boost boy to manage form data. In case we're using JSON, we don't need boost boy. Okay, so we need to require CORS because this is application, a little express another application that will need CORS enabled in order to access it. So we have express, and we need to get this Firebase admin. So we need to require this. Okay, I'm calling it admin, and we need this key file.json. So this key file.json is all my information. Okay, that you can get on, let me see, of course I'm going to delete this project later, so it shouldn't be a problem. What the hell is that thing? Integrations? Nope. Nope. I no, it's, so this is it. What the hell? I forgot where the hell that is. No, I don't need to add anything there. No, this is not it. Or I think this is not it. integrations, no. Okay, this is it. On service accounts, you just need to generate a new private key. Okay, it even says what you need. So this is the thing: admin require Firebase admin and service account require the path to your key file. Okay, so it's on again service accounts. Let's go back to the project. So I have this, I'm requiring this Firebase admin and the key file that is in the same in the root directory. And I'm just initializing the app using the admin credential certificate. Okay, I'm passing the key file that I have, that is my project configuration, and I need to pass this database URL. I don't think, or maybe they have it here. Yeah, you need to pass the database URL of the database you want to use. So in this case, to get the database URL, well, you just need to, I think, well, freaking, I think it was there, right? Okay, I think you just need to copy this thing. Is that the same? Yep. Okay, just copy that and just use it. So this one is to be able to access the database. Okay. So here I'm calling, I'm using Firestore as my database. Okay, so admin has this Firestore namespace or method that allows us to add or to use Firestore. So the thing is that I don't really think we need these settings now, because when I was using on the recent project I just finished, it was prompting me that we don't require this anymore. So I'm just going to keep it there, because for this version, I think for this version that I'm running, it's required, and for the latest version it's not required anymore. So I think I created another Cloud Function. Oh no, I was using Firestore, and this one is just for Firestore. Okay. So, oh yes, yeah, I know why. I will show you the front page, I mean the UI that I'm using, or the front end, that is with React. So you will see that is using the latest version of the Firebase tools. So let's keep this. So this is at this time maybe not required. Okay, but I'm going to leave it here. It's going to be on the repo, so you can test it. Of course, I'm going to remove all my files and all that, so you can, you know, keep it clean. So since we're using Firestore, we have access to our collection. So let's say get the collection we want to use. Okay, I'm saving it here, but it's not being saved in the instance I have here. In order to save it, I need to deploy it again. Okay, so I'm going to require Postman, but in a second. Or not Postman. Well, I can do it with React. I have this React Cloud. Okay, I will show you. This video is going to be pretty long. I can see the time. Okay, 24 minutes. So Yeah, because it requires a little bit of setup. So I'm using CORS. I need CORS to be able to use React with this and other. If you are using Postman, you don't require it. But since Postman is just a different tool, just a testing tool, it doesn't send the information or the options the browser sends. So we need CORS. And this is the thing. As I said, a Cloud Function is just a Node and Express application. So we add to this app that this app is our Express, okay, or Express app. So we add a route. We say when we get these documents, we are going to push we're going to get the phrases we have that you can see on the database. We have few phrases, okay? And where is this thing ending? So there's a little thing you need to know. You need to send, okay, after each thing, each then or catch with ESLint, you need to return something, but in order to the function to stop, okay, you need to send a response. So this response is needed, as I'm using here. You need to send something for the Cloud Function to stop executing the code, okay? Because it will keep, if you remove this, it will stay idle, running, but so you need to call a response or send a response to whatever thing you are reaching. So the Cloud Function just sees this or this and just stops the code, okay? So, okay. I was going to show you with, but this thing I think you need to see it with, I think it has, say git bashir npm start. Okay, let me open this to see if that's so. If not, well, okay. So this is how you use it. Right now, I'm not explaining what this Cloud Function is doing, okay? Well, in a nutshell, it's just or returning a set of data from Firestore or adding a phrase into the database, okay? So in a nutshell, that is what it's doing. But we are managing form data, okay? And I'm going to show you how to get this. Let me close this. Or how to make it work with an application. Oh, this video is kind of, but just bear with me. I haven't recorded in like what, 2 weeks, so I'm kind of rusty. I've been busy with work, but now the contract has ended and I have time to record again. It's going to open on Edge. Well, Let's see. I just updated my PC yesterday to Windows 10. So I haven't tried much. I just played, some Steam games yesterday, and I haven't worked. Oh yeah, I was building a little MERN application. Okay, it's still not stuck in. Okay, it's this one. Lol. Okay, so it took there. If I say F12, what do I get? Okay, console. I haven't really done anything with this, so it's returning object. And why is this getting object? So this is the little application. The styles are shit, as you can see, but that's not the point of that. You can just keep this width. I don't know how. I'm going to change this. Let's close this one. Let me come back here so you don't see my HTTP. Nope. 3000. Okay, so I got it back. Okay, it's returning an array and an object. Okay. Sure. I'm consoling the. Okay. That's what's happening. At the moment, I don't have anything or any method to delete, but you will see how to add that. And I can add a phrase. So let me come back here. Let's check quotes. I don't know. Let's see what I get. Popular Goodreads. I don't know. Okay, let me get this one. Let me come back here. Let's say phrase. Okay, and let's say send. It redirects me to here, but I think it. Okay, let me refresh. Okay. When it's called, because I haven't added or haven't used this function in a while, and it hasn't received any request. So when it's called, you will need to get this thing right. It takes a second to to run, but if I come back here and let's add another phrase. Okay, let me get this one. Oh no, I'm just getting short phrases. So if I add send, don't tell me I'm not getting any response. Yeah. So it should be 10. Well, I don't know what's going on. The thing is, well, let's check the logs. It's running. What the hell? Okay. You can see the time and the date here. I think, yeah, the bottom one is the latest one. Phrase added. No, I'm not consoling anything. So let me go back to at, not at phrase. It's taking it a while to make the changes. It should just be the first one, the first change, I mean the first quote, but the second one wasn't added until I refreshed. So maybe I'm not fetching the... Okay, let's say this. Let's first start with React. Okay, this is just a React function, I mean React application. Okay, I'm just using a form on this add phrase component. But here is the thing, I'm calling fetch with the URL of my application, that is this one, okay, plus the route I'm trying to reach. So come back here, let's go to functions again. So this one, this, I don't know if you can see it, this one is the cloud URL, okay, but in order to access the code, we need to get this one, okay. So on top of our URL, we need to add the route we want to use. So this one is getting a request and response, and is right now I'm just using a simple array. This one was for another thing, I think. Oh no, because I'm pushing each document through that, and that's why, because React is reacting well faster than how this thing is being done. Because I'm not let's say to add phrase. So this is add phrase. Okay, let's try to keep this straight. I'm posting from data, okay, so I am getting from the form this phrase, and I'm populating the state, okay. I got this redirect false. I don't know if I'm using that, but we'll see. Yes. So that's why you should be, you know, really prepared to make all the changes when using Cloud Functions, because it will take some time to do some things, and that could just break your application or at least give you a headache. So you need to keep that in mind. So as I said, I'm creating a new form data because Boostboy, okay, experience from data, and I want to get here from that form data. That's why I'm using Boostboy. Okay. If it was JSON, then I didn't need to add Boostboy. Okay. So okay, this is the post. The get, you can see that it's just I'm getting the collection. Okay, I am pushing each document with the ID and the info, and I'm just returning to React in this case. Okay, that is this list. I'm just returning that to React in the response, and that's it. So it's simple as that, and catching any error if there is an error. So in order to manage from data, we need Boostboy, and for Boostboy we need to okay, let me, because I'm not that into Boostboy, let me check the repo. npm It's opening. Sure. Okay, you can see here how they are using Boostboy with Express. I think this is Express, right? Yeah, parsing multipart with default options. So we don't need body parser here. We need Boostboy in this specific application, in this specific function. Okay. So in order to send the form data, we need to first get all the info, okay, with the state, that is just the phrase saying the state. You should already know this because this is React. And I'm creating this new form data variable, okay, and I'm passing the phrase, the name of phrase, because here, this is kind of complicated. This is the field name I'm checking. Boostboy allows you to check for a field name. So this is the field name I am interested in. Okay. Five. No, I won't do. I don't want to make this more complicated than I'm making it right now. So check Boostboy. You will need that if you want to manage from data in a Cloud Function, or also in Express. So, but you can use Multer, I think, for that. It will parse the from data. Well, just technical stuff, that I don't have in my head right now. So this is the post, and we are initializing Boostboy with the headers, and Boostboy has this event when it reaches a field, you can listen on that. Okay, so we get this field name and the value. So if this field name that is already that Boostboy is in at this moment has the name phrase, okay, and we're setting that using this form data, setting the name phrase and this that phrase, this that status phrase. Okay, so we are passing this name because that's the name we are checking, and we are fetching, or we're making a post request to Firecrowd documents, okay, with the method post and saying as the body the form data. The form data has this phrase inside. We return the response, that the response is should be getting that database content fetched successfully. No, that this one is coming from nope, from this one. So if I add another one, another phrase, you can see that if I come back here, let's go to database, and let's say delete documents, sure, and let's go back here, let's go back to phrases. You can see that I'm not getting the phrases. Okay, let's get space remain silent. Okay, is this the response I'm getting? console log phrase added. I'm just consoling that. Oh, I'm not sending any response, really. I'm just consoling that and returning because I don't need to send any response. But well, I thought I needed to return a response or to say a response at every part of the. It seems that it's not needed. Oh, I know why. Because I'm returning. What the hell is this? Because I'm using return. I don't need to respond anything because I'm just returning from that function. So in this case, I do need to send to the front end the array of phrases. I don't need to send that, and I don't need to send the error in order to see what's going on. But in this case, I don't need to respond anything because I'm just returning. This doesn't mean anything. The return true and return false doesn't mean anything. It's just returning, and I could just say return. But ESLint will, I think, will complain. So I'm just adding this return true and return false. So let's keep going with this one. So here we already sent the post data, okay, and then resetting the form and just saying the state of redirect to true. Okay, and I'm using this. If redirect is true, I'm just going to redirect to the current, to the front page, and that's that. This is just the form. Now this is a little more complicated. It seems complicated, but it's not. The cloud function itself, because I'm adding this reacting into the video, but the cloud function is just a regular Node and Express app. The difference is that in order to access the route, you will need to get the full URL of your function, and every change or everything you change here, you need to deploy it. So first of all, let's say no, if I say response, I say it's going to break that, I think. So let me database, let's remove content, let's save this, and we need to deploy back. Let me go back to the, okay, so this was it. I'm going to open git bash and let's say, okay, Travis deploy only functions. So now the response that I'm getting here, database content fetch, is going to be just database fetch successfully, okay, but not right now. So let's wait. So I think that's the main thing. In order to send the form data, because I'm using form data, in order to send that form data, you need to create a new variable as form data and set what you want to add into the form data, and you just say post into your cloud function. So that's it, and you manage the rest in React. You manage your redirections. Let's go to main, and this is the same. I'm awaiting for the fetch that I have this get inside my function that is retrieving. This get is just retrieving the collection, and that's it. And you just use React the same way, saying the state for the phrases that is just an array, and just that. Let me take this out, console log data, console log this, and let's say that. So let's see how this is going. Okay, deploy complete, and there you go, the phrases. Let's refresh this. Oh, I just commented out that I need this data. Where is it? Okay, I need this. Let me refresh. Is that? I'm not getting anything right now. Okay, you can see database fetched successfully. So in order to that's the only, I could say, bad thing about Cloud Functions, that you need to deploy every change and to test it. You will need to take I don't know about the emulator, but what I do is just push the changes and I just check the logs, and I wait like, I don't know, 1 minute between pushing the changes into Firebase in order to get the latest update, because sometimes you will try to make this thing faster, you know, try to move faster with your code, and you will test it and you will think that the changes, you know, what you're testing has the latest changes. It will not work because you might be using not the latest changes if you try to use it immediately. Okay, so it's not that bad. I mean, maybe I made it more difficult than it is, but this in resume you just need to initialize your Express app, okay, to call Firebase admin and your key file that has the information about your project, to use your database, to call your collection, to create a route. Oh, I didn't show you the most important thing. This is just, well, as I was saying, I think I didn't finish this. So yeah, so I'm getting this phrase. I'm just creating an object with the phrase and value, that is this value, okay, and to the collection I'm adding that. Then I'm just consoling phrase added, that is going to be console here, okay, phrase added is going to be console there. Everything you console is going to be added here, okay, not in your console. So just keep that in mind. And what else? And that's it. If we can find this phrase, okay, wait a second. Okay, if we can find this field name with phrase, we're just going to console nothing added. That is going to be console here, and nothing will be added into the the database. This is the main component. So after that is finished, you just send a response and that's it. You don't need to, but you can do it. And we need to pass this request. Oh, there's a dog. Hey. Sorry about that. I just fucking shit. It's my neighbor's dog. That is so. My dog usually doesn't, she doesn't bark. But this freaking thing. Sorry about that, guys. We'll add a little disclaimer on the comment that, well, I should be careful if you're using headphones. Fuck that. I hate that shit. Okay. So say to BoostBoy and get a callback when it's finished. Okay. This is just how BoostBoy manages the form data. And I forgot to tell you this. I will react to other things, to other events on another, to database events, but you can react to requests. So you can just use these functions, HTTPs, on request and pass the application. So this app, you might be thinking, what the hell is that? This app is just my Express app. Is this thing? I'm passing my Express app and it will access the routes inside that, the post and the get. You will access them just like that. Okay, so this one is HTTP request with Cloud Functions. I will add that to the main title. So I think that's it. The other one, the other demo I have with file uploads is a little bit more, complex. But this is not that bad. This is just the Express application and just that, and you can get in your application. This one is React, of course. You can just fetch or post into your application using the URL that you can find again here. You can say that it says HTTP as the activator and just add the route you want to. Let me close this one already. You just add the route you want to reach and that's it. So this one is for get and the other one is for post. Okay, so I think that's it. I know it's like a little, but there's no other way to explain it. I could use Postman. Okay, Kari Hostman. I'm just using Postman. I could be using Postman, I mean, but I don't see the case because I guess you want me or you want on other tutorials to use the Cloud Function in a freaking application. So let's try this one again. So let's add phrase. Okay. And Yes, you will just need to. I thought I finished this one. I can remember when it was doing this, that it was not updating the UI, but I don't know. I built this one a long time ago, last year, maybe around September, November. I don't know. I can't remember. So we are already on March. So don't worry. It's kinda up to date. But we will be working with Cloud Functions too, and I'm planning to build some other things. You will see. But yeah, I think that's it. Just if you have any doubt, come to firebasegoogle.com docs function and get started, and you will see you can use on request, and you can use this database functions. So we will use this database activators later. I think for next week, if you're watching this video, for next week we're going to use we're going to React. I think I need to create another one. I think this one is going to be with Angular. Okay, I need to my freaking head, the fucking barking, you know. I will react to the activators on databases next time. Okay, so you have this on create, but yeah, you will see. So you can respond to when the element or when the document is created or deleted or changed. So, or if you add a file into the storage. So we will check that later. That is a little bit more complex, but I think you will get the basics with this, with Cloud Functions, how to install them, how to deploy them, how to test them. Well, not test them, but how to check the logs, how to build a little, I close that, how to build a little HTTPS activator or HTTPS activated Cloud Function. So yeah, I think that's it. I gotta tell you, it's not that complicated. Maybe I just made it look like it was complicated, but it's not. You just need to take care of or beware of the cold start of the Cloud Functions, but you can add it. You can add some things into React to wait for that, or just to make another call. I don't know. You will see how you can make that better. So I'm just showing you how to create or how to connect your front end into a Cloud Function. Okay, nothing that complicated, but it has these little knots that you need to tighten. So okay, that's it, and see you on the next one.